Hi there, welcome to the Balanced Runner workout. We are going to focus on the toes and feet today. The only thing you really need is a block, and it'll be for when we do these seated positions. So we're going to start off seated on our heels. Toes are not tucked. This is really intense. You can place the block between your legs and have a seat on that. You can place the block on your calves and have a seat on that, very similar to that toes pose. So decide for yourself if you need that support or not, and then come to a seat on your heels. And just take the first few moments here to breathe and to scan your body and see how everything is feeling. See if you can release any tension from your shoulders. And sit up a little bit taller. Your hands can rest by your side or on your thighs. And then send your awareness and your attention down to your feet and to your ankles. And see if there's anything that's coming up for you now there. Just hold for a few more rounds of breath. Take one more big breath in. And let it go. Let your right fingertips come down to the ground as your head falls over to the left. Your left hand can come onto your head to gently press down to deepen that stretch. And then your chin can turn in, or it can turn up or down. Really find the position of your chin that helps you feel the stretch here. And release. Switch sides, left fingertips down, head falls to the right. Hand to the head to help assist. And then gently move your chin around to find that sweet spot. Then release and come forward into a tabletop. Lift your feet off the ground and just roll your ankles out a little bit. Give them a few circles in one direction and then a few circles in the opposite direction. You can even tap them down a little bit. From here, sit back onto your heels. We're going to take the stretch a little bit deeper. Your hands are down by your sides, close to your knees, and all you're going to do is lift your right knee up. You lift up as high as you can till you get to that stretch where you're like, ooh, what's going on there? And then be there and hold it for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it out and switch sides. Left knee comes in, so fingertips are down by your knees to help give you that support. Try to lift your knee up a little bit higher. Keep your hips back, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your knee down. Now bring your fingertips a little more forward and lift both knees up. Hold. 5, 4, lift a little higher. 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Find your tabletop again. Lift your feet off the ground. Go for those circles, or maybe point and flex. Anything to add a little bit of movement and to take away the intensity of those stretches. Let it go, and from your tabletop, let's just take a few cat-cows. So drop your belly, look up, then press the ground away, round up. 2 more sets. Drop the belly, look up, press away, round up. One more time, belly drops, look up, spine rounds, look to your belly button. Come back into your neutral spine, spread your fingers out wide, create that foundation into your tabletop, extend your right leg straight back behind you and start to push back. Feel the stretch work its way up the back of your ankle into your calf. Press, press, press back. Take one more big breath in and out. Shift it forward, release your right knee back down. Extend your left leg back behind you, toes down, and then press back. Feel that stretch. Breathe and hold. Press back a little bit more. Take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, release it forward. Tuck your toes and lift up into a downward facing dog. In this down dog, you're going to add movement to your breath. So as you inhale, come up high onto your toes. Feel that stretch. Then as you exhale, press your heels as low as you can. Lift up high, breathe in. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift up high onto your toes. Exhale, drop it all the way down. 2 more times. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. Inhale, lift up high. Exhale, drop it low. Drop your knees down to the ground. Toes pose. Toes stay tucked. You walk your hands back. Very similar to how we started, but now the toes are tucked. Think of the same things here. Release tension from your shoulders. Sit up tall. Breathe in big into your belly. And then find that you can shift your weight back just a little bit more onto your toes. Know that we won't be here too long. Let's see what starts to come up for you as we hold this. Oftentimes when we think about running, we're thinking about what the bigger muscles of the legs are doing, even though it's the little muscles of our foot that really stabilize us and help us push forward and propel forward. Take one more big breath in. Let your breath go. Hands come down to the ground. Find your tabletop. Untuck your toes. Give them that nice little pat, 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 pat. Great job. Again, lift your feet up. Give them that circle. Circle, circle, circle. Good. Again, press up into a downward facing dog. This time when you lift up high on your toes, you are going to tippy toe all the way to the front. You can bring a bend into your knees to get there, however you get there, but focus on walking with your tippy toes. Stay up high on your tippy toes. Drop your hips down low and then hold it here, or maybe you can play with the balance and lift your hands up the ground. So you are low, you're on your toes. Again, fingertips down, or you work the balance, maybe one hand at a time, maybe both hands at a time. Breathe, hold it here. Nice. From here, drop your heels down and fold over your legs into a ragdoll. Your feet separate hips width apart. Bend your knees. Let your torso rest on your thighs and then rock from side to side. Take one more breath in and out. Let your hands come down towards the ground and then roll all the way up to standing. Roll your shoulders back. And then find a stance with your feet underneath your hips. Lift your toes up off the ground and feel how the weight distributes through each corner of your foot. Drop your toes down. Now lift up high onto your toes. Heels come up. Drop your heels down low and then lift your toes up. So that's going to be the flow here, that movement. Come up onto your toes, lift your heels up, high, high, high. Get into the arch of your foot. And drop your heels down low, lift your toes up. Toes up as much as possible. And then shift the weight into the toes. Get the heels up high, 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 high. Find the balance there, right? And then drop your feet down. And take a moment here, if you feel comfortable, close your eyes. And just feel what's happening in your feet right now. Can you press down into your toes to pull the arch of your feet away from the ground? Can you feel how the weight is distributed from toe to heel, from inner foot to outer foot? And then can you make any adjustments, even if it's subtle, that will help you feel as if the weight is more evenly distributed off the foot? Open your eyes if they were closed. Let's elevate that. Shift your weight over into your right foot, and all you're going to do is hover your left foot off the ground. This is called, well, this is actually prep for equal standing, which was that being aware of how the weight is distributed in each foot, and then trying to even that out. So right now the focus is on the right foot. If you're anything like me, I can feel my foot moving around, shaking. I can feel my toes gripping down into the mat, trying to find that balance. You can continue to hold like this, or if you want to elevate that and challenge it, close your eyes here as well. And notice what happens in your body as you try to find balance. For me, I can feel more of my leg muscles working. Nice job. Release and switch sides. So shift the weight over into the left leg first, and then your right foot will come to that hover. And then become aware of how this side may feel. Is it easier? Is it harder? Is there more or less effort? And if you didn't close your eyes on the other side, maybe you want to try closing your eyes on this side. Know that if you need to tap down to reset and lift back up, go for that. Today is all about building awareness of your feet and the ankles and how everything there works together to keep you strong and running, right? So when we're thinking about a running stride, it's a foot, like a wave. You want it to all touch down and then push up and off. Good. Release it out. Give yourself, shift back into your right foot so that you can circle out left ankle. Shift back into your left foot, circle out the right ankle. Nice. Release it down. Come to the top of your mat. We are going to incorporate a little more balance work before we go back down to the ground. So I want you to find your stance. Your feet can be together or hips width apart. You are going to lift up high onto your toes and then slowly lower down with control. Keep your knees in, don't let them fan out. You lower down, stay up high onto your toes, press the ground away, come to standing, drop your heels down. We're gonna do that 4 more times. So come up high onto your toes. You can extend your arms forward as you come down, nice and slow. And then press through your toes, stand up, heels down. 3 more times. High up onto your toes, lower down, nice and slow. And press down through the balls of your feet and your toes to stand up, heels come down. 2 more times. High up onto your toes, lower down, nice and slow. Keep your legs in. And then press and rise, heels down. 1 more time. High up onto your toes, lower it down. Press the ground away, lift, heels come down. Nice job. Make your way down into a seated position. How we are going to do this is just get comfortable. Your left knee can bend, your right foot is in front of you. All you're going to do is hold hands, essentially, with your right foot. So you want to get your fingers in between each of your toes. It's going to feel really awkward. So get your fingers in there. You are going to hold it here. So hold steady first. Get your grip figured out. And take a moment to just be in awe of your feet. Or maybe even smile thinking about when was the last time you even held hands with your toes and your foot. All right, so from here, start to circle out the wrists, rather the ankles. And then reverse the circle. Nice. Point and flex the foot. Continue to hold your foot. Nice. Release it out. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the toes, wiggle the toes. See if you can spread the toes out away from one another. Switch sides. So your right knee can bend, left knee can come over, or however it is you're able to find the position so that you can hold hands with your left foot. So right fingertips come between your toes. Right now you're just holding, kind of figuring out that position. That initial awkwardness of it will go away. Make any adjustments you need to make. And then create that space for you to roll your ankle out a few times in one direction. And then reverse the direction. Point and flex your foot a few times, continuing to hold your foot. And then let it go. Set your foot down, wiggle your toes. Mine are cracking, wiggle them, spread them out. Just get real familiar with them. Now turn around and come to laying on your back, but extend your legs straight up to the ceiling. What we're going to do, and we are going to do this 2 times, is we are going to write the alphabet with our feet. We'll start off first. Imagine yourself writing out the alphabet in uppercase letters. So you go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now hug your knees in, give yourself a little shake, roll your ankles out, take any little movement that you need to take now before we come back to doing lowercase letters. So take a big breath in, let your breath go, extend both legs up. Now we're doing the ABCs lowercase. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, don't forget the dot, J, don't forget the dot, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Nice job. Give your feet a flex. Press your heels up to the ceiling. Hold it here. Hold it here. Breathe for another 5, 4. Flex your heels up even higher. 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees in. Do any movement that you need to do right now. Maybe it's just a shaking of the legs. There you go. And bring your hands behind your thighs and rock and roll your way back up. Final time today. Final move, toes pose. Give yourself a few breaths here. Maybe even deep in your breath. Know that whatever you're feeling, I'm feeling it too. Then also check in. Maybe you're able to sit back or really feel the depth of your arch. Hold for a final 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. Tap, tap, tap them out. Come to sit back on your hips or on your heels. And that's it for today. I hope the ankles and the feet are feeling stronger. Make sure you are incorporating the other videos that are a part of this series, and also